Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Rabbi.
Shavua Tov. Getvach. We are learning Mishna Yevamos, Perek Beis, Chapter 2, Mishna Hey, Mishna 5. Before we begin Mishna 5, let us go. What's the matter?
Mishna 6.
You say Vov or Hey?
No. Hey. What did I say?
You said Vov.
I meant hey. Mishna 5. No. Sorry. You're right. You're all right. You're right. Mishnah Vav, Mishnah 6. Perek Beis, Chapter 2, Mishnah Vav, Mishnah 6. Okay? Before we begin Mishnah 6, we need to go through one of the diagrams. I hope you can see this on the thing. Okay? Take this diagram, this first diagram.
Page 1. I got it.
Okay? This diagram. This is something we actually learned before, but I just want to review it because of what we need for today's Mishnah. In this situation, you got three brothers, Reuven, Shimon, and Levi. Those are the three brothers on the top. Reuven and Shimon are married to two sisters. Rachel and Leah are sisters. We just picked Reuven is married to Leah. Reuven is married to Leah. Shimon is married to Rachel. Right? They have a third brother, Levi. Now, what happens is that both Reuven and Shimon die. And they both die without children. Both their wives now, which should now have a Yibum connection to Levi, right? Now, the thing is like this. If Levi were to go ahead and, let's say, do Yibum on Reuven's wife, Leah, any reason he shouldn't? The answer is yes. Because Rachel also is connected to him for Yibum. Both Leah and Rachel are connected for Yibum to him, right? They both fell to him for Yibum. They're each sisters. That means that each one is the sister of the woman who is connected to him for Yibum. That's like your sister's wife. And therefore, if you were to do Yibum on Leah, there's a problem because Rachel was also connected to him for Yibum, and Leah is the sister of Rachel. That's called Achais Kukasai, the sister of the woman who's connected to for Yibum. You cannot marry her. Okay? So Yibum you can't do. So you know what he's going to do? He's going to go ahead. He's going to go over to one, and let's say Levi goes to Leah, and he gives her chalitza. Okay? Chalitza means when you don't do Yibum and you want to free her to marry anybody she wants, that's what you do. You perform chalitza. Okay. Now, if you perform chalitza on, that means Leah has no more Yibum bond to him. So go ahead now and marry Rachel.
All right.
There's no more. She's not the sister of the woman who has a Yibum bond to you. There's another problem. But she's the sister of the woman that you did chalitza on. The same way you cannot marry the sister of your ex-wife, you cannot marry your sister according to rabbinic law, the woman you did chalitza on. So therefore, it's stuck. He can't do anything. So what does he got to do? He's got to do chalitza on both. He's got to free them both because he has a bond to them. The problem is he can't actually do the Yibum. And therefore, he's got to do chalitza on both. Are we good?
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
Does
Okay.
Does it have to follow the order of he has to go first to the oldest son?
No,
he doesn't.
I don't think so. No. All right. Now we start today's Mishnah. This is an introduction to today's Mishnah. Okay, we're not finished. Sorry.
All right.
All right. Mishnah Vav, Mishnah 6. You ready? Now, for that one, you're going to need this paper. Okay, you need this paper for this one. All right. Now, Mi shekidush achas mishtei achayis. Listen to the story. A person went and did kiddushin, right? Kiddushin. He went over, gave a ring, betrothal. That makes her his wife, right? If he decides not to take her to chuppah, he's got to give her a get. He's got to give her a divorce. Okay. Mi shekidush achas mishtei achayis. Somebody made kiddushin. Well, let's use the word marry, right? Someone married one of two sisters. Ve'enu yadea eis mehen kiddush. But he doesn't know which one he did the kiddushin on. He doesn't know. He doesn't remember. There were two sisters. And he made kiddushin on one, and he doesn't remember which one. They don't remember either. All right. They don't remember either.
Be stupid.
Now, now, this is all these cases that we have are all cases for the sake of learning. Understand that, right? There's a lot of important rules and concepts that come out of this. Now, all right. So he made kedushin on one of two sisters, and he doesn't know which one he made the kedushin on. All right. What does he do now? Noisen get lazu, the get lazo. He's got to give a divorce to each one. Now, take a look. Okay, look. Take a look at this diagram. Oh, we don't have a good connection today. All right. So just take a look at this part over here. Just take a look at this part over here. Oh, there's not a good connection today. Very choppy. Oh, well. Okay, just take a look at this one. You have Ruvain. Okay. Now, and you got these two sisters, Rachel and Leah. He can't marry both because he can't marry two sisters. But the point is, in this case, the one of the two he's married to, but he doesn't know which one. Okay, and they don't know which one. That's the doubt. Now, if Reuben says, you know what, I'm going to marry Leah. Why not? Maybe I made kedushin on her, and if not, I'll make a new one. There's a problem though, because maybe Rachel is the one that he married, and Leah is his wife's sister. Right? Yeah. If Rachel is the one that he married, then Leah is his wife's sister. He can't marry her. So each one of them has that problem. Each one of them may be his wife's sister. So what's he supposed to do? Can't do much of anything other than give them both a divorce to set them free. You got to give them both a divorce and a doubt, because maybe each one is his wife. All right? That's beyond getting beyond the case itself, right? This is understandable, right? Of course. Now, next. Mace. Veloy ach echad. This guy, Ruvain, who married one of these two sisters, then dies. And he doesn't have children. Okay? So now each one of these women, there's a question on whether she needs yibum. Okay? Veloy ach echad. He's got one brother. That's the top case. He's got a brother, Shimon. Okay, he's got one brother. What is that brother going to do now in this situation where one of these two women fell to him for yibam? We don't know which one it is. Okay, the halacha is he's got to do chalitza on both of them. Now, okay, now get ready. Here's the situation here to understand what his problem is. Right? Either one of these women may be the one who fell to him for yibum, but he doesn't know. So now, if Shimon decides, you know what, I'm going to do yibum on Leah. I'm going to go do yibum on Leah because maybe she fell to me for yibum, and if not, I'll just marry her. There's a problem, right? Because maybe the wife is really Rachel, her sister, which makes Leah the sister of the woman who has a yibum on to him. Right? Rachel may be the real wife. Leah is this, and Leah is not, but Leah is the sister of the woman who now is connected to Shimon for yibum, and you can't marry that woman, as we just said before. Before we had a different case. Before we had a case of three brothers. Here, running to the problem where you have two brothers, because in this case, we don't know which woman is married. It was married to Reuben when he died. We don't know which one. But at the end of the day, they are sisters. And therefore, each one is a sister of the woman who may be bound to him for yibum. Each one may be achai sekukasai. And therefore, yibum, he can't do. Because if he tries to do yibum, he may be performing a sin. These are all out of doubt. It's all in a question situation. Now, but then Shimon says, I got a different idea. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Leah, and I'm going to do chalitza on her. Okay, I'm going to do chalitza on her. So if I do chalitza on Leah, then there's no more connection. There's no more zika connection of Leah to me. And now her sister Rachel is not the sister of the woman who has yibum connection to me. Because there is no more yibum connection, because I did chalitza on her. So again, as we say, Manavshach, either Rachel is the real wife, And if she's not the real wife, the other one was the real wife, I already did chalitza on the other wife. And therefore now her sister should be free. The answer is no. Because what's the problem now? If he did chalitza on Leah, and that was a real chalitza, because Leah was the real wife, then what's Rachel now? The sister of the woman he did chalitza on.
Yeah.
That's like the sister of the one who you divorced. So there's no solution here. There's no possibility of yibum. So what does he got to do? As the Mishnah says, he's got to do a chalitza on both of them. Because he's got to free them. He can't keep them stuck. Right? Each one of them has a question that maybe they need yibum. And he can't do yibum in any way or form. And therefore he's got to give them both chalitza to free them. Okay, that's this first half of the Mishnah, and we will continue tomorrow with the second half. You're welcome. Okay.
Thank you.
Keep away
Thank you.
from
Nat,
the
I'm just saying I know you're all thankful for the charts and everything like
I'm
that.
so
So
confused.
okay.
All right.
now I did my best. I did my best with these charts. Okay. Back now with the Chofetz Chaim. Okay. So now he said the Chofetz Chaim was saying that when you approach the person, that you have to make sure that meaning you go over to the person you're trying. The question was, you want to bring someone in as a partner, let's say. You want to hire someone to do work for you. You want to check the person out. So the Chofetz Chaim said, you're investigating the person, and that person responding is not a problem of Lashon Hara, because my intention is to protect myself, not to put the person down. And when you give me the information, you're not trying to put the person down, trying to protect me. But as the Chofetz Chaim said, when you ask the question, let the person know why you're asking the question. Because if he doesn't know why you're doing it, and he just thinks you're trying to find out information about a person, and meaning you're just want to gossip, and he's going to respond to that, that's going to be a problem. So therefore, you let the person know why you're doing it, and then everybody's going to be safe. You won't be under suspicion of trying to look for Lashon Hara, and he won't be speaking Lashon Hara. Then the Chofetz Chaim says, "Ach ma'od yizaher shalagazim es hadavar yois mikvi shu yedei aspir hadavar." When the person responds and gives information to you about that person you're inquiring about, that person has to be very careful not to exaggerate. You have to give the information like it is. Be 100% truthful. Don't overdo it in any way, because if you overdo it, that amount that you overdo is Lashon Hara, because that's not even true. There will be other conditions that are going to be needed that we're going to talk about later on. Okay, now, here in a footnote, the Chofetz Chaim points out you have to also be very careful. Do not looking for information about someone from someone that you know they don't get along with. You want to find out information about Ruvain, right? So you go over to Shimon to find an information. But you know, Ruvain and Shimon do not get along. Do not go over to Shimon in that situation to find that information about Ruvain. And it's not like they dislike each other. But they're competitors. They're competitors. Okay. At the end of the day, he says, if you're going to go to a competitor, you're going to go up to somebody you don't like. Number one, you're not going to accomplish what you want because you're not going to get the true information, or it's at least going to be exaggerated. And then number two, it's going to come out that he spoke Lashon Hara because he wasn't responding necessarily. He wasn't responding truthfully. Number one, and number two, it's a good chance he's responding out of dislike, and not so much because he wants to help you. And therefore, do not inquire information about someone from someone that you know they in some form do not get along. Either they just really don't like each other or because they're competitors. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.